Welcome to more Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta Specialtatin. Today we have some N300 cars around Brands Hatch GP. This is an older race, but it's still a good race nonetheless. And with this being the not rolling starts, I'm gonna have to fend off the Lancers in my Audi TTS. So that'll make it even that much more competitive. And well, I'm gonna have to start fending off the Lancers pretty much now because I have one on my outside here. And well, that didn't take long for a Lancer to end up getting ahead without the rolling starts. Rolling starts are pretty much the best thing to come to Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta because, well, it makes all the cars more competitive. That's definitely a good thing. No matter if your car is front-wheel drive or just slow off the line four-wheel drive, you can still compete with the good accelerating cars off the line because you don't really go off the line. But nonetheless, this is before that, and well, since this is before that, I'm racing pretty much as I did before that, and that's more applying than avoiding pressure. But I'm still having to avoid quite a whole heck of a heap of pressure there because third's there and first is there, so I need to make sure third doesn't get around, and I need to try to get around first. So, well, can I do that, folks? We'll just have to see. First is definitely fast and third is definitely fast, but I guess all in all I'm pretty cotton picking fast too. The stupid penalty system aside, I'm still decently fast. If you get quote unquote what they call a penalty at the beginning of the race, by the time it's the end, by default it'll kind of just go away. And it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, that one's already gone away. But if it comes to the end of the race, their penalty system ain't exactly the dandiest. It ain't terrible. I mean, it's better than the old GT systems where if you literally get one tire off the track, your whole lap doesn't count whatsoever. And if you get your tire off the track at within at the last third of the lap, the next lap doesn't count either. But in a way, it's also kind of sort of worse because it goes into PD logic I've shown before. If you do get, say, 2 tires off the track at this point, your next lap doesn't count. That just makes no sense to me whatsoever, and it's still that same way. But whatever, this ain't qualifying, this is the race itself, so it's not really that big of a deal now, but it's still kind of stupid in general. They make it better in one way, because even if you do go off the track, slowing down your lap in general is enough of a penalty itself. It shouldn't make the lap invalid. In racing, I'm pretty sure if a car gets a tire off and ends up skidding a little bit, it doesn't actually create a penalty for that driver. It just slows down their lap, and that in and of itself is the penalty. They don't need to add insult to injury. That's pretty cotton picking, sure. But yeah, that one step forward and one step back, I guess. They're getting there in some ways, I guess. They are getting there in some ways. But nonetheless, whether they're getting there or not, I need to get there and past first. I'm pretty much there to first, but really third is there to me too. So if any of the three of us make a mistake, that could be costly for any of us. And really, first place makes a mistake with all of us bunched up here, that could cost all of us, really. So I hope first doesn't really make a mistake yet. I mean, I hope at some point first makes a mistake so I can get around, but if first makes a mistake now, that might slow me down enough for third to be able to catch up. If us two can gain a little bit on third, that would be the time where we really get racing side by side more. But it's the final lap, though, so really whoever ends up gaining time on anybody here, it could end up being for any position, really. Because everybody's probably going to try to battle with everybody now, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going to try to go on the inside here. But can I make it stick, though? I don't know. I'm definitely trying to apply as much pressure as I can, but he's definitely a good driver there to avoid that pressure. And I'm not quite avoiding third's pressure anymore. Third is pretty caught picking back there. And like I said, I pretty much needed that to happen to be able to battle with first and not have to worry about third. But the more I do battle with first, probably third might end up coming back by the end of the race. So hopefully I can get by first pretty caught and pick it quick. And well, there you go, folks. Looks like I might be able to get by first now, but I am on the outside here, so it's still kind of a tricky run to here unless I could get completely clear by the time the turn starts, and it looks like I just barely am. Well, that worked out pretty much perfectly there. I got by just in the nick of time to be able to be clear by this turn, so it looks like I applied just barely enough pressure to be able to get by in time, but just enough is enough for me. I don't care if I win by a millisecond or a whole second, as I've said in previous videos. As long as I win the race, that's what counts, and it looks like just maybe I am indeedy dandy gonna win the race. So, well, that was definitely a valiant effort there by EDK, and I'd say he probably raced as good as he could there, but I mean, eventually people just make mistakes. I don't exactly think this is the field of the aliens, and well, you can't really blame them for that. I've made many a mistake too, and that just happens to everybody at certain points. And well, this was a pretty cop-picking good race, and I ended up winning from applying and avoiding pressure, and that's pretty cop-picking cool, folks. That's pretty cotton-picking cool. Yeehaw!